Hi there, everybody. How are you today? Don't tell me just miserable. Remember that when all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is what? Right, how you treat others. Our dear friend Phil has an article that the Glendora Vegetarian Club has in our hometown newspaper called The Advertiser, which is owned by the Times Union, which is owned by Hearst Corporation. Mr. Phil Eddy, would you grace us?
Oh, yes. From Thursday, October 20th paper. If you dial the Christian Science Sentinel Watch, the message will help you with cheer, happiness, fulfillment, and love.
Very good.
Last week, Helene Douglas told about a Vietnam veteran who believed in killing.
Say that again, Phil.
Last week, Helene Douglas told us about a Vietnam veteran who believed in killing. As part of his class, he brought chickens to show his students how to kill them in the most cruel way. Helene said to herself that this was not for her, and she stepped aside. In a moment or two, a second person stepped aside with her. Then came another, and finally everybody stepped aside. After the class, the Vietnam Green Beret asked Helene if she would take a walk with him. He said he had noticed that she had stepped aside, that he had thought about it, and he decided he was wrong to do the killing and would never do it again.
Wonderful. Isn't that great?
It is.
Now, just a little thing like that can tell you so much the right way to live. Right, Phil?
Mm-hmm. And also lead others as well. Just one person, the entire group left.
Good point. Now, would you read the rest of the article?
Mm-hmm. This is a lesson in veganism. Veganism is kindness. You do not hurt anybody. As the Bible says, be ye blameless and harmless as a child of God without rebuke. And try Morningstar Farms vegetarian cheeseburgers. As a vegan, you can have plenty of plant-based cheese choices like Vitalife, Daiya, Chow, and Violife.
Phil, do you think that we can find out where Worthington Foods went to?
Yeah.
Loma Linda, where their I want their, what are they called? Big Franks.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best hot dogs of anybody. And weenies. Leanies. They call them leanies. You think we could find them on the web?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right.
And what do we always say at the end of the article? Glendora is what? 94, no doctors, no medicine, and vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more? Are there any jokes on that sheet?
We got a couple jokes.
Oh, good.
An ancient Greek took his pants to a tailor and said, Eumenides? The tailor said, Euripides.
Eumenides? Euripides. Very good. Another one?
The teacher asked the class what they knew about toadstools. A mere little girl said, toadstools grow in damp places. That is why they are shaped like umbrellas.
Good for you. You did that from memory, didn't you, Phil? You did it from one prompt. Okay, anything else on that sheet? Is there a...
The teacher asked the same girl, what is an octopus? The girl replied, an 8-sided cat. The minister asked, what is an epistle? The confirmant answered, an epistle is the wife of an apostle.
You're doing great, dear.
Mommy, you know that vase has been handed down from generation to generation? Well, this generation dropped it. Well, excellent.
Anything else on that sheet?
Those are the last ones.
All right, folks, just remember that selfishness, egotism, me first, and bad thought have no reality. They are not real. They're fakes. They promise you everything in the world. They give you nothing. They can't deliver because they don't exist. So you don't give them any time. You don't give them any mind. You don't give them any energy. And you don't give them any life. And you turn your back on them. And you go over here and you give all that time and life and energy into helping others, caring and sharing, and humor and goodwill and good nature. And you know what? After a while, you find out that all this love is God. Yes, now you have a relationship with God. You wanted a relationship with God for a long time, and now you have it. And not only that, you know what the substance of God is. How do you know that? Because God is love. If you knew what love is, you would know what God is. Do you know what love is? You certainly do, ever since the time that you were in your mother's arms. And then you find out the wholeness of God. This is a model. Make believe this is a human being here. And you take this hand off of this human being. You cut it off. Is this hand going to exist?
The time is 11 o'clock a.m.
And then you find out the allness of God. There isn't anything else but love. God, love. That's all there is. There isn't anything else but that. And then you find out the oneness of God. The wholeness of God, the allness of God, the oneness of God. You and God are one. You and love are one. I think it's better to use the word love for God than it is to say God, because you know what love is. And then you're one with God, but then you find out something else. You're one with everybody. Everybody's just like you. You know how you want to be treated. So you find out the oneness with God and the allness of God. And now listen, if God is all there is, and you exist, by definition, by reductio ad absurdum, you have to be son of God. We all have to be son of God. Area. And I believe that God is continuous. Now, you find out that the area next to you has different talents than you do. You want to know why? Because the universe is so complicated. God needs specialized talents to run the universe. So it all comes down to this, that shoulder by shoulder, continuously, we are working for God. And God's big job is creativity. Creative. If you're not creating, you're not happy. So that we all have a job to do for love, and that's to keep the universe going and growing and glowing. And remember the goodness of God. Now, since God is all there is, everything is good. If you look at it right, it's your thinking. What did Shakespeare say? There is neither good nor bad, but thinking maketh so. Mm-hmm. It's your thinking. Make the universe go and grow and glow. And has it ever been doing that for billions of years? See how far we've come, and see every day how much farther we go. So there's the goodness of God, and just a couple more things. Never lie, steal, or cheat. Never lie, steal, or cheat. And go vegan, and be kind. Phil, can I give you a 5, 4, 3, 2?
Oh, yes.
Okie dokie.